Holy shit. Hi, I'm Tom. You are?
I'm Thor.
And you are?
I'm Thomas.
And we are the Broletariat.
The Broletariat.
Thank you, title card.
Welcome to the big gay crypto fascist podcast.
Finally, we set the table for that.
Finally, we really speak the truth to Southeast Missouri. Do they really need to know where we're at? Think people will find us?
I think I found...
The three people that will listen to this?
Southwest Missouri is what you meant to say.
You think the people from our Facebook are going to find us?
Yeah, that's good. What if they share it, though? That'd be fucked up.
People have already found me. You're the ones who are in danger.
No, I've been found. I remember one time.
He's talking about case.
I know this has nothing to do with anything we're going to talk about, but just to set some stage. I've literally been tracked down from Facebook. I got into a fight with a guy on the internet who lives in Detroit, and I found out that he lived in Detroit because he had his phone number on his Facebook page. I can't remember what he did. He said something like racist or something.
Is this what you got the 30-day ban on?
No. This is long before Facebook was banning people automatically. And basically, I found out that this guy was obviously very homophobic as well. And so I looked up his area code and found out generally where he lived. And I looked up gay men's bathhouses in the Detroit area that he lived in. And I basically just told him, you want to fight, tough guy? Find me at 247 Wayne Street. And I just like to think that he went there and found himself.
Yeah.
Find me a Wayne Street, my dick will be hard already.
He messaged you back. I found my true love, Michael. He was servicing three other guys.
5 years later, he's married to two men, and the three of them are very happy together.
And very wet.
That would have been fantastic.
Let's talk about your other 30-day ban. This one was pretty funny.
I love how we talk about that politics for most people is just symbolic and never substantive, and the first thing we talk about is how I act on the internet.
Yeah, Thor is he's very good on the internet. He gets a lot of bans. He is the equivalent of I don't know.
He's the Serena Williams of communism.
Yeah, he's the Brad Marchand of getting suspended on Facebook. And this latest one,
I like to think of myself as the Taliban.
It was. We respect the Mujahideen here. He was on. He commented on. It was a picture of that fucking yearbook photo. And some senior quote which says, "There's all I know is there's two genders and a lot of mental illnesses." There is a guy with a hockey team logo who was trying to be a scientist, and he was going back and forth with someone, and then Thor chimed in with this ditty, which I think, if I remember correctly, you wanted to fuck his wife.
Oh yeah, no. My main go-to is I don't argue with these hogs anymore because that's the most ridiculous thing possible. But you're going to change somebody's mind about trans people who think that they're not a lot they don't exist at all. So not even transphobic, literally just don't believe it's real. To come 180 degrees on that. So my go-to is always just to tell them that I had sex with their spouse, regardless of gender, who they are. If it was a woman, I would have told her that I had sex with her husband.
A beautiful thing happened here, guys. The dude he made fun of messaged Thor. And apparently had asked his wife if she ever...
He was convinced.
Immediately, his response back to me immediately. Faster than Facebook could ban me for him reporting me. He goes by the way, I reported you, and I wanted to let you know that I asked my wife if you had... Just to check to make sure. And I'm oh man, that's the greatest thing I could have done in the 30 days that I'm banned anyway. You just made me, I could swear off the internet easily. That was oh my God, that's the moment where you make a kid smoke an entire carton of cigarettes. I had great internet poisoning.
Honey, did you go to the vape shop again? Did you fuck the owner? Have you seen this guy?
Just way to tell on yourself, bro.
You said I had a small dick and small balls. I asked my wife. She said my balls are average.
My dick is small, but my balls...
My dick may be small, but my balls are less small.
5-inch circumference on these globes, baby.
I'll let you know I measured them
Find
3
us.
times for accuracy.
So that happened. That was good. Let's actually, yell at the news and all that a little bit. We're going to start off a little background. We're filming this Sunday, first Sunday of September. It's pretty fun. A lot of shit has happened. Cops shot our black guy, and I'm not talking about Jacob Blake. The other shot another guy. But the Jacob Blake one sparked off some protests in Kenosha. And before we, offer our white guy input on it, there was a lot of debate over property rights and your right to defend yourself. And one of the most acerbic people who had a pretty interesting take on it was the Twitch streamer Destiny, who is kind of coming from a perspective of like property rights overall, and we can kind of hammer on like our own personal feelings on it. But I really want to give the stage to Thor here, and we'll set this up with we watched a debate between Destiny and the Serfs, Lance of the Serfs, which kind of came down to a moralistic argument of, do you have the right to defend your property or livelihood, however you want to look at it, with lethal force? And then it kind of delves into, do you have the right to defend yourself with lethal force? And I think you could defend yourself with lethal force, possibly. I mean, if one of you guys punch me, I'm not going to shoot you in the face. However,
I appreciate that.
I'm not going to get an AR-15 and go defend Walmart in Carbondale. And Thor has we're going to give the floor to him. I forced him to watch this. So speaking of making kids smoke cigarettes, I made him smoke them through his asshole.
Oh my God.
And an hour and 10 minutes of his life are forever gone.
Furious. Okay, for starters, in case anybody doesn't know who Destiny is, he is like a slightly more lib and also significantly less interesting Ben Shapiro.
Cringe.
Because he's not funny. At least Ben Shapiro gets mad at pussy and gets at least he has some weird sexual neuroses that you could have fun with. And his sister is objectively bad at singing.
She's got big tits though.
Ben Shapiro would be more convincing if he had huge tits.
If he
Yeah,
did,
oh,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
obviously.
I would put both of them through wall. At
I
that
would be
point.
way more interested in hearing out his bad takes if I could motorboat him.
Yeah, I would easily buy an underwater house from him if he was selling it with huge tits.
If the ocean was that pussy. So Destiny kind of he was a Twitch streamer, or still is. Sorry.
He's a gamer,
He
which
does.
is fantastic. More of those.
It's just like us. But he got a lot of bona fides for debunking a lot of Nazis and alt-rights. His famous debate with JonTron. But he keeps going on about this lefty arc that he apparently keeps conflicting with. We've seen him go with people like Mopon. Michael Brooks was a really good one. But his thing is that he really likes to be edgy. And I guess meme too close to the sun. And as Thor will surmise here, he's kind of, well, how would you put it? In terms of where he's coming at.
Fucking cuck. He's a lot. Okay, the reason why he's like Ben Shapiro is he's a logic cuck. And the problem with the problem with logic is that okay, look, everyone who thinks that they're non-ideological is just a liberal. That's what living in a liberal democratic, a liberal capitalist society is that if you have no ideology, then you are the ideology of the background radiation, which is liberal. And liberal is all about spirited debate. And it's never too late to continue to debate things. The problem is that he has absolutely in no form any prescriptive or descriptive or diagnostic idea of how politics shapes or forms. He let's see.
You would say he has no ideology.
He has no ideology, but by not having an ideology, he has an ideology which is the status quo. Because his only point he can ever bring up, and what 90% of that argument he was having with whoever the fuck the other guy was, I don't remember.
It was Lance from the Serfs.
Yeah, okay, whatever that is.
Lance is like a
Whatever that is.
Yeah,
Whatever that gay shit is.
yeah, basically
Some right-wing militia.
Sargon of Akkad's warrior.
Or are they libertarian? They want feudalism? Who calls themselves the serfs?
But the majority of the time he was spending trying to nail the guy whose name I already forgot again, Wario Sargon of Akkad, is like he can't get past the one thing, which is it legal to shoot people over property? He can't get past that. And my biggest problem with that is that, like, how granular do you have to be if that's your only point? Because that's what I mean by not being prescriptive or diagnostic. He doesn't see a problem with the law. He just sees the law. He doesn't look at like how you can make the law better. He thinks that like we're in some immutable stone rather than like a continually changing amorphous, like basically the entire situation that happened there. The fact that he showed up in his mommy's car with a gun he doesn't own to defend property from people he's never met, which Destiny mentioned the fact that like, oh, he fucking he worked as like a lifeguard in the community, which like I feel no connection to the community I live in, and I also work here, and I also do help people here.
Consider this. Kyle Rittenhouse is a handsome young man. So
I
he
feel like
kill
you're saying this
anybody.
because you look similar.
He can,
You need it, Mr. Rittenhouse. We have
Kyle
Mr. Rittenhouse on the podcast.
Kyle Rittenhouse can kill literally anybody. He's got a winning complexion.
I like to imagine that the conservatives will cut up like some kind of tribute video to him, and they'll play "My Father's Gun" over
Fan cam.
to stay on.
A Kyle Rittenhouse like badass. Like it's gonna be someone's gonna post some video to YouTube of them playing airsoft in the fucking woods, and they're gonna cut in footage of Kyle Rittenhouse. It's gonna be playing fucking Linkin Park, and it's gonna be so fucking dope.
Kyle Rittenhouse's wet ass pussy is like tomorrow belongs to me.
So
fuck.
So to surmise that, like Kyle Rittenhouse traveled whatever, like 10 minutes. Antioch is like 20 to 30 miles away, so obviously he could possibly live closer. But he traveled to Kenosha during what I see as like a very grieving and angry community. And he brought a gun to it with the hopes of, and also medical supplies, which is like, I'll fucking shoot you, but
the medical supplies were for himself.
Yeah, he shoots one of those people and puts a Band-Aid on him. Be like, I'm helping.
You can't say I didn't try.
I mean, he also put him in the front of his pants to show off his huge package. And he
no, you don't understand. I may have a rifle, but I also have this little ball of gauze. So who's the terrorist now, cuck?
So he went across state lines, too young to even obviously operate. I guess obviously to have a concealed carry, and he killed someone. And I kind of chalked it up as more as like premeditated murder rather than defending property. Now I couldn't find the source from this debate.
Non-specific, like premeditated. Like I don't know who I'm going to kill, but I
I'm
relish
definitely
the
gonna do it.
opportunity coming my way.
Well, this also brings into
I'm
like
speaking it into existence. I'm manifesting a murder.
In terms of like instigating and inciting violence, like we had like the shooting of the Patriot Prayer guy in Portland, and we don't advocate killing Trump supporters. Unless you cough on them.
And that's also like a murky ass situation. I've heard that it was self-defense. I've heard that it was unprovoked. I don't know what the fuck went on.
So this is what happened.
So I'm not touching that shit.
Yeah, so this is what happened. You have like these Patriot Prayer rallies doing their fucking truck nuts for Trump, and they diverted away from where they're supposed to be at, and they went downtown.
They broke the law.
Yeah. Well, they went downtown, I think, looking for conflict. So they're driving
they
by.
broke their zoning permit. That means they deserve to get shot.
Yeah. Well, they drove by all these BLM protesters, macing them and shooting them with paintball guns. Not all of them, just one of the videos I showed was a guy doing that. And the Trump supporter, I'm going to assume he is.
I am sorry, but these
Are they
smell.
cold?
They.
What do they smell like?
Oh my god.
They smell like pussy?
They smell like.
I got queef balls.
foot.
Plantus queef balls.
For context, they are not smelling each other's organs. This is cheese balls.
Yeah, planter
Because out of
peanuts,
nowhere,
cheese
it
balls.
does sound like you just smelled
Chester Cheetah has this weird. He grows a lot of tumors on his sack, and these are these tumors that we're eating.
Chester
right
Cheetah
now.
is supposed to be black, right?
I think so.
I feel like
I
that's
think
the
he's-
idea.
I think he's Frankie Faison.
He's way too jazzy to not be like a 1940s black celebrity.
Oh man, yeah, no, he's like, yeah. I feel like, I mean, maybe these are the same kind of guys because time moves in circles. But I was thinking like an '80s black guy.
Yeah, like Coming to America.
I feel like he would be at home
There's a
wearing
fine line
like a
between
keyboard.
Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder.
Yeah, he would be at home wearing
Well-
like a keyboard tie.
Yeah.
What is the keyboard tie if not the
Chester-
leopard print of humans?
You may have
Yes.
seen Chester Cheetah in House Party 3. But yeah, that Patriot Prayer guy sprayed an armed member of Antifa with some bear mace, and then he got shot in the chest.
Talk shit, get hit.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, like I feel like I mean, like I don't.
I don't feel sorry for him.
It's. I know. This is like obviously like there's people are gonna say like, oh, this is a juxtaposition between the two, but like here's the main difference.
Way
The
different.
one point that I never got around to with because I got a little bit too caught up in just getting overly verbose about the Destiny thing. But
I
the
know,
one
I
thing I
can
didn't
smell it.
get to about the Destiny thing is that when he was starting to talk about like socialists and about talking about like about well, how can you not want somebody to defend their one property that they have that's like their only business and that they sunk all their money into, and if they don't do it, like they'll become destitute. And it's like, and he was just like, I know that you think that you should dismantle capitalism, but one person can't dismantle a system like that, so you have to operate within the system. And it's like, why does that not then follow for the protesters? Because the simple fact of the matter is that like they're trying to what do you do when a system drags its fucking heels constantly about issues that are life and death for you? Of course you're going to start rioting and destroying the one thing that this entire society seems to care about so fucking much that you can take human life over it.
Yeah.
That's why you destroy property, is because it's apparently as important as human life. So it's a fucking circle. No one gets to be happy. No one gets to be right in this situation. I'm not saying that shopkeepers shouldn't shoot people for over their property because it's already been said. Yes, of course there's they're going to end up destitute, and they may, especially like if they're like foreign and they may not have the communication skills to be able to like go find a job where they have to operate within a business rather than like running one themselves. But also at the same time, then you can't talk about rioters who also equally don't have an effect, who are just spitting into the fucking wind. Do you think Biden's gonna do anything about any of this shit? No. So people are just twisting in the wind. There's no options on the docket. There's no referendum on racism within our society. So what do? You fucking kick back. Like I said, it's the one thing you're apparently allowed to kill over.
He used 3 examples that I think that I knew was something fishy. He used 3 historical examples. The first one he used was the Tulsa massacre. Like, should black business owners in Tulsa have the right to defend their property to the death? And then he also used Kristallnacht. Should Jewish shopkeepers? You okay? That Four Loko hitting you?
Yeah, it's hitting me pretty good.
Don't worry. Don't worry. If you got to go to the bathroom,
I've been
I got
drinking
this.
a Four Loko this whole time. What I like to call a can of whoop ass, and I've just been fucking rocking back and forth.
The golden Four Loko.
Well,
It
we
looks
can't-
like the cover of like a very trashy 007.
This is fucking Riff Raff's piss. Straight up. Fucking the vanilla gorilla himself just popped off a fat load of piss in here. a load of piss.
A load of
So,
whole load.
let's do this and go to the Facebook post because I like loads.
Oh hell yeah! Let's fucking.
If you gotta use the bathroom, sweet cheeks, I got a nice face for you right here.
We're only 15
He
minutes
used Kristallnacht as like, should Jewish property owners have the right to kill people destroying their business? And then he used the 1992 LA riots, which if you read up a little bit on it, you will see that there is a huge divide between this huge community called Koreatown and the neighboring black communities. And some of that is boiled over. Koreatown may have, it had an instance where a shop owner killed a black woman over possibly stealing some orange juice, and it had some friction. But to kind of counteract what Destiny brings up, there were still innocent people shot and killed who were trying to actually help with defending these businesses. Like, one of them was Edward Sung Lee, and Edward Sung Lee and his 3 friends went to protect a Korean-owned pizza shop, and this was kind of shocking to me. He got shot and fucking killed by people that just thought he was a writer. So, defending that property, he had a little friendly fire, a little red-on-red violence.
So he was just like nearby, and they were like, "That guy's gonna break my fucking windows." Like, he was just in the area, and they're like, "He's coming for my fucking orange juice."
So you have those moments where defending your property results in collateral, murder. And then you have something like Kristallnacht and the Tulsa riots, which is state-sanctioned, I would say, and enabled violence against a community. Mm-hmm. Whereas BLM, the protesters and the rioters, what state backing do they have? And is their main aim...
We need the Middle East to...
we need Pakistan.
Pakistan to arm BLM.
Pakistan, Pac-a-Man, I don't give a shit. Bring them here.
Well, and here's the other thing, is that, like...
We need Middle Eastern governments to send money and arms our way.
Gay Pakistani militia.
I mean, you laugh, but they're going to be the only ones.
They will be the only ones.
They're going to be the only free countries in the entire world in like 3 years. But like, no, the fucking.
But yes.
Like I said to you before the show about this, is that like, why is it that these properties are considered to be like an important part of the community, but none of the lives lost defending the properties are considered part of the community at all?
What are you, some kind of fucking cuck? If someone comes into my house, they can kill my wife, my kids, my brothers, my sisters. They can jack off on my face and slit my fucking throat. But if they come for my Burger King, I'm gonna put 5 slugs in their chest.
You can kill every person who works at the Burger King so long as the fry-o-late is still on.
As long as
Thomas's new character, Randy, the tattoo shop owner.
As long as the grill still makes that annoying ass beeping sound when the Whoppers are done, I don't give a fuck who dies.
I want my fucking French sticks.
I feel like that's another thing. Is that you don't. That's another that might be even a reason why they keep right wingers continue to make up the fictions for themselves. That people are coming to their communities, being paid to instigate. That people are getting on stuff about getting on fucking planes and shit to wearing black.
God, dude. That is so fucking funny to me.
Is that these people are before I lose my train of thought, because I do that all the time. These people are not part of the community if they're from somewhere else. If they come from somewhere else. Then they're not members of the community, and therefore they're aliens. Which means that they can die just
if they are black and on a plane.
They are an imminent present danger.
They are part of a new skybound community.
Antifa's leaving. on a jet plane.
They want to. What was it? They want to subpoena. What's his name?
Rand Paul going off.
Rand
like,
Paul wants to subpoena Antifa.
Yeah.
He was like, I want all the planes, the documents, and I'm like, oh shit, guys, fuck.
Yeah.
Oh shit, oh frick, hide the plane.
Dude.
That's where we hide all the communism.
Guys.
Yeah, I want to see.
Put it in the secret. Put it in the secret BLM
Guys,
bunker.
I want to see the QAnon expense report for last quarter. It seems like we're spending too much. It seems like we're spending too much on McChickens.
Guys, we're very safe. We're members of Fat Antifa. That's an entirely different Hydra.
I am from Fat Gay Antifa, and I will have sex with your husband.
Well, as the CEO of Antifa, I refuse to let any of our personal data be sold to anyone other than Jeff Bezos.
But dude, I saw this fucking.
As the cum
tweet.
troller of Antifa, I really like cum.
As the pass around party bottom of Antifa, I'm just here to take several loads. That's all I have to say.
As our very own Sasha Grey.
We're earning the name first episode.
I saw the tweet that was like Rand Paul subpoenas Antifa, and there was like 4 fucking people in the replies, all white middle-aged people who were like, I was on a plane recently, and there were men in black turtlenecks who all went separate directions when we landed, but they were talking to each other on the plane. I'm like, that sounds like a weird tale of beatniks in the 60s. That's not a real thing that happened to you.
Yeah,
you were not on a plane, and you didn't see like 12 of the black guys from Die Hard fucking nerdily talking to each other. You didn't see a bunch of people like doing like, hey, you see this shit on Instagram? Tom Hanks posts pictures of gloves. You didn't see that shit. That's not real.
I mean, those could have
Would it help if I
have
said
just
they were
been-
Middle Eastern?
I was on a plane and there was a man wearing a turban and he scared me. Could have just.
It's like Antifa, a mask for your head, though.
He was either a Muslim, Antifa, or gay.
From
The
a country,
3 things that scare me.
Which, here at this podcast, you don't have to choose.
yeah, man.
You can be all of the above. Yeah. I am multiple of those things.
No, I specifically became Muslim to piss off my mom.
Yeah.
I don't hate my mom. I just enjoy seeing her lose.
I became gay to piss on your dad.
I sucked off
Me
Tyler
too,
in front of
gee.
my mom just to piss her off too. Also, I really like dick. I mean, I can't deny it.
Oh God, but fucking
Dude.
this fucking
Yeah, I mean,
Antifa, the Antifa plane.
yeah, I want to.
Antifa crashes a plane into the New York City Police Department.
No anti-fascist can fly an aircraft.
Who do they
We don't
think
fucking
runs
know how to do that shit.
Who do they think runs this, like, fucking Blofeld? Like, we're like fucking Spectre.
Listen, we're not the ones jacking off on fantasies of throwing communists out of helicopters. If anyone is to have a plane, it's gonna be QAnon supporters.
Yeah, I mean, what is he afraid of? He just thinks that, like, we're secretly funding roads behind his back.
There is for sure. All right, Rand Paul subpoenas Antifa. We all know that's ridiculous because Antifa isn't a thing that can be subpoenaed.
Yeah.
But they're gonna make up some group to be. They're gonna get some CIA capture guy from fucking Germany, and they're gonna be like, "All right, you're gonna be the CEO of Antifa. As soon as you get off the stand, we're gonna put cyanide in your ball sack." They're gonna put him. They're gonna have him show up in court, and he's gonna be like, "I am the CEO of Antifa. We
are the real Nazis.
we are the real Nazi. We follow Adolf Hitler.
Oh, no.
We're beating up these Nazis because they're not Nazi enough.
You heard of abortion? I invented it.
No, you know what this is? This specifically reminds me of
Hitler, I fucked him.
Him subpoenaing like a group that doesn't have formal organization is like. Have you seen Squidbillies, where there's fluoride in the drinking water, and they
Putting
decide
fluoride in your
drinking water to turn. What was it?
It wasn't.
Make you sterile.
yeah.
Obama is putting fluoride in your drinking water. But then the
I
whole
believe-
town
I
goes
believe
down
conception
to
begins at arousal.
the. Yeah, but
That's
then the
what it
whole
was.
town goes down to the river and starts stabbing the river.
Oh
Like,
shit, that's some
Shit,
Greek mythology.
dude.
shit.
yeah,
Yeah, we should be a fucking QAnon podcast. Is what we should be. Those hogs will do it.
Wait, is
Dude,
that Greek mythology?
I've
I
been-
thought that was Xerxes who
That's
did
No,
that.
that's
oh
from
yeah,
the
that is
Odyssey.
Xerxes.
That's
Yeah,
from the
yeah,
Odyssey,
that's some
my
Egyptian
Yeah, okay.
shit.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
fair
yeah.
enough.
We fucking read on this podcast,
We read.
bro.
I just read Goodnight Moon last night. I had trouble getting to sleep. I read it and I was out
Dude,
in 4 hours.
I was jacking it hard to 12th Night. I gotta admit, so many sultry scenes in 12th Night, bro.
You ever spanked your shit to fucking Jordan Peterson?
Fucking, he ain't the only one who likes meat. I'm a carnivore.
Dude, fucking, didn't he like go to the hospital because he ate too
He's
much
in
fucking
relapse.
raw
Mike.
meat?
Yeah, he has some bad shits. He's in relapse.
Oh,
He had a serious drug addiction, and my man went to Serbia because I guess America and Canada weren't good enough. So he went to fucking Russia to get treated for it. And now he's in Serbia right now with his psycho ass daughter, just eating meat. And he was it was last reported that he was sick with COVID.
If I'm gonna,
So my genie's giving me an extra wish.
he's like, if I'm gonna flee to some other country, it's gonna be one where raccoons are considered citizens.
I'm going where Miss Piggy is. I'm gonna
Well,
spank and eat
Jordan
that
Peterson-
nice pork ass.
Jordan Peterson sounds like Winnie the Pooh if he like did meth. Like, oh, Christopher Robin.
I mean,
Why can't I molest my secretary?
All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, continue.
Sorry, I
Oh,
was just
dude.
over here verbally masturbating. It's cool.
Dude. The 12 dudes of life. All right.
No, I just want, wouldn't it, isn't it going to be great, like, once he gets out of, like, is he out of the psych ward yet? I would love to see,
No,
like,
he's still in Serbia.
If he
Yeah,
is,
I
I'm
would
gonna
love-
kick his fucking ass.
well,
The second he comes out of that psych ward, it's on sight.
Hey, you fucking nerd!
Hey, fucking idiot.
I'm gonna suck your dick. How about that?
I don't think you're like a fascist or anything, but you're kind of fucking stupid.
I read Marx the night before the debate, and Slavoj Zizek, you're a fucking queef. That's what you are, bitch.
yeah, no, I really would like to see what Jordan Peterson's, like, letter from a Birmingham jail is going to be.
We don't let boys beat the shit out of girls on the playground. The chaos, the chaos of the pussy.
Well, see, the soap is the chaos, and the rope is the order.
Have I ever? Did I ever tell you I went and saw him speak in St. Louis a couple
No.
years ago, and Dave Rubin opened for him.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So my buddy,
Wow.
who's one of my friends who are
Why
really,
didn't you fucking fight them?
They did not do a Q&A session.
Why didn't you commit a crime? What's wrong with you?
Bro, I really wanted to. And a couple of notes I remember taking one black guy there, and I know his white friend dragged him there.
Oh.
And then
Like, no, come on, just give me a chance.
His white husband.
So the ages were surprisingly older. Yeah.
It was Milo
Honey-
Yiannopoulos' boyfriend
Yeah,
or
honey-
husband.
Honey, we're getting a divorce.
Milo Yiannopoulos' black husband.
I swear he's real.
I mean,
sure,
like-
Milo.
He lives in
I'm pretty
Canada,
sure
you
he is
haven't met him
real.
yet.
Yeah.
So Dave Rubin opened with his hacky ass, like, we're being divided and all that by the intolerant left that has no political capital and is not passing anti-BDS laws. He opened with that, and he was like, how many here are on the right? And basically, like, unanimously, like, the crowd kind of roared with it. He's like, how many are in the center? And my friend and, like, a few other people did it. And he's like, how many are on the left? And one woo from my chair. And if I was front row, he may have given me a T-shirt. But it was torturous because Peterson went up and he basically kind of did like this fucking speed run of his shitty ass book.
Yeah, I can't
And
imagine
he
what
didn't
that's
look
like.
at the crowd. He just walked back and forth on the stage.
Well, I'm
You gotta-
speedrunning Jordan Peterson. Western civilization, cultural Marxism.
And
Yeah,
all
there's
wars,
actually-
including World War II, happened because Hitler didn't get his dick sucked. And this is all very... and if the Vietnamese had showed their odd-looking pussies, we wouldn't have bombed them so much.
You
But
should
I
eat
don't-
bearskin.
Yeah. Well, the thing that
Why
people
don't they
don't
make
know,
condoms with hair on them?
the thing that people don't know about, Hair on.
I want my condoms like my chest.
The thing that people don't know about about speedrunning Jordan Peterson is right in the middle of the level where he explains how being a woman is actually a haplogroup. He starts. You can actually jump over the crates, and if you jump backwards and then whip your camera forwards, you could actually get into the chapter where he describes that black people were in King Arthur's court.
They worked in
If you
King
put
Arthur's court.
if you put in the Konami code, you can see his fucking gooch. You completely surpass all the shit that makes you want to kill yourself, and you see his gooch.
Yeah, if you use Game Shark, the game the game reminds you that Captain Kirk was actually alt-right.
There was
Game shark, more like gape shark, am I right?
Hey,
boys?
Raymundo, fuck my ass, man. Bring Otto in the gang. They're 18 now.
We tried to high five, and I missed Tom's hand.
It's fine.
Excellent.
Fucking the thing that I remember a lot about it, he had this bit where he was talking about infidelity and alcoholism, and he said if you don't want to, he brought up that if you want to eliminate a lot of the ills from domestic abuse, he brought up just completely stop drinking, which I guess as an absolute. Maybe, I guess. I don't know. I drink a lot, and I have never wanted to hit anything but my pud, bros. And then, two, he brought up this idea. He brought up this idea of infidelity, and he said that it's best. He made a suggestion that if you wanted to curb some of those same issues as well as people cheating on each other, the wait for marriage option should be strongly considered. And I don't know.
Yeah,
man.
nothing makes anybody stop second guessing a marriage by only having one serving of dick in their entire life.
He's like if a youth he reminds me of if a youth pastor came in here, he's like, you know who else likes sucking dick? Jesus. That's what he fucking reminded me of. I had a talk. I had a fucking talk with my youth pastors back in the day. It was I don't bro, you don't have to go to these crazy absolutes for it. You can find any kind of balance by I still drink and not cheat on my girlfriend.
Wait, did you actually go to church?
Yeah, dude.
Were you raised the fucking heathen like me?
I was a fundamentalist Baptist, my guy.
Shit, me too.
Dude.
Holy shit. I was raised Southern Baptist. We had a fucking, I'm sorry to get off track like this, but I think about this a lot. Sometimes I wake up in a cold sweat screaming. I went to a Southern Baptist church, and when I was in youth group, we had a purity vow where you had to sign a contract saying that you wouldn't beat your meat or have sex until you were married. And I signed it, and then that night I jerked off.
Oh, dude!
But we had to sign that. We had to sign a contract to Jesus Christ, who I don't think has a legal team, but we had to sign that. And then we had a marriage.
Well, I mean, I'm sure he does.
A marriage ceremony. They gave us a ring, and we walked under an archway and got married to Christ.
Dude.
I opted out of that
Jesus
part
is gay.
because I got scared. I opted out of that part because it freaked me the fuck out.
Dude.
Of course,
But
commitment.
we got married to Jesus.
That's
We got married to Jesus.
That's some Bichard Cuxon level of fucking contractual obligation.
Oh, man.
Can you please explain who Bichard Cuxon is?
He is the angriest, hackiest comic.
No, you know what? We should save that.
Yeah, we'll save that. Let's table that.
We should save that for an episode where we entirely, because he does a lot
Where
of
we
political
entirely,
stuff, so we could just
rip
do
his
his
ass cheeks
videos.
open.
Yeah.
We'll just gradually mention them every now and then. This is our Thanos after credits
We'll
teaser.
just twist the little nips of the
Yeah,
discourse
just-
every
and then-
now and then.
And then rip
And then
them
eventually we'll really give it the full shaft.
rip them off and call him a cuck. But no, in terms of the No Nut November, I remember I got really serious with my relationship to God. And I went 56 days without cranking it. 56.
Whoa.
My hands wanted to strangle me, my guy. It was horrible.
I haven't done that since I was literally pre-puberty.
Dude, I haven't done that since I was a baby in the womb, and that's because these fucking mitts were still developing.
Ever since I was 2 years old, I've been cranking it every day. I had no idea
Cranking
what
my
I was
hog, bro.
I had no idea what I was doing. I was just doing what I saw my uncle do.
My uncle liked to, show, not tell, I was like, what's beating off? And he took me to this
Okay.
closet.
He didn't want me to touch it. He just wanted me to know that it was happening.
Okay, not to be the scold here, but I feel like we're completely losing the thread.
So, I
You're
think
right.
we burned enough time. Good job. Guys, let's bring up these Facebook posts.
Oh, shit. What's
We're
up?
going to,
Well, aren't they just memes?
yeah, they're just
What's
memes.
poppin'?
They're just people that are shared from us. I have 2 people that are consistent wells of...
So, for the courtesy of the audience, this is going to be this is the section basically where we're going to air grievances from our online lives, because like most people in 2020, especially during the pandemic, but like more specifically in general, because there's no infrastructure for like actual direct action. The only thing any of us do is post.
Yeah.
So
We're the real activists.
Oh, we have no arms but hashtags.
Bro. So
We have no bullets. All we have is how are you feeling today?
How are you
Thank
feeling?
you, Facebook.
I mean, I own
Comrade.
guns, but
like probably in the future we have like these ideas that we would just kind of do a breakdown, riff a little bit like this, and then maybe like in the last half of the show, like we read up like fucking housing bills that get shot down, or like redlining, or fucking how
trick
shitty
people
police.
into thinking this is a fun podcast.
Yeah, guys, we lied to you. We're gonna start with my first guy here. As you can see, he's the man here on the right. I do not want to fat shame, but his guts.
Why
built like,
not? He's a big boy.
Dude,
he does look like
Jay
an
Leno's
uncircumcised
his
dick.
gut is Jay Leno's chin. So like,
It's really actually very like. Here's the reason why I don't believe in fat shaming is because like it's so much shadier to just say he's a healthy boy. because we all know that is
If you're ironic, you never have to say what you're
welfare.
thinking,
yes.
which is way healthier.
Yeah, it's just like it's sort of the shade that you throw by being Jesus and turning the other cheek. It's just kind of like a real big dick move to just go.
For sure, yeah.
Which by the way, I want to say this because this is going to come out like almost immediately after the ContraPoints thing. That's parallel thinking. I had that bit in my repertoire.
It was not related to the cat girl.
It was not related, although I love it. Thank you, Queen.
thank nya nya ooh ooh.
Looking great, Queen.
Thank you, ContraPoints.
So our Jay Leno guy here, I thought about saving a bunch of his older posts, but he posts so frequently and angrily that I think I literally just pulled it up, and this pulls up on my feed, and
I already see the Obamas.
yep, and
Fantastic.
He has really healthy views
Which
about
one's
black
the
people
female
and
one?
women. The one with the big muscles.
I
Which
just assumed
one?
I just assumed that was
Which
the point.
Which one?
I don't see the word dog.
I gotta say, the Obamas do kind of look like Muppets. A little bit.
The thing
They are a
is
little
that
Muppety.
like most people in politics look like Muppets.
They kind of because
I want to put my
I feel
fist
like-
in them.
I feel like to become a legitimate U.S. politician, you do have to have skin that's a little loose.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
dude.
I feel like, well, I mean, in general, I feel it's just like there two things is that like half of all politicians are descendants of JFK, which means they all have like fat, bloated Irish heads, which naturally make them look like puppets. And then the other half is like they're all just like so focus grouped down to a point that they have to be like these smooth, like polygons. Like they all look like most politicians in this day and age look like they're rendered from like the same engine that like Oblivion was on.
Speaking of,
They do.
quick aside, speaking of soulless
It's
Kennedys.
true. It's true.
Speaking of soulless Kennedys, Ed Markey won. That's good. Here it is. One day ago. He can't go one day. It's a meme. It's a gun pointed at a black guy who's looking at us. It says, if black lives really matter, they'd stop shooting each other. BLM it's got Ben Garrison levels. It's too much text. BLM is a lie. Blaming others denies the truth. 94% of all blacks are shot by blacks. And he shares this also frequently, too, in terms of memes. He shares those memes of basically crime statistics committed by race. And it's the misleading one, which is like 80% of whites murdered are murdered by blacks. Like
despite being only 13% of the population, shit like that.
Yeah, it's that level of
1350
insanity.
shit.
And then he'll post occasional boomer stuff, like this one that's about New England Patriots fans, and it's like it's
there's a
pepper
butt
out.
on there.
Yeah, and it's a guy on his friend's back, and he's shitting down his friend's back. So this is what I contend with. Now,
equally political to black on black.
here's another post. PLM, Police Lives Matter. Anybody got the guts to share?
Oh, I love those ones. That is an entire, like, I really wanted a t-shirt that said that, like, basically just, like, I bet you won't wear this t-shirt, and it just has Jesus on it. It's just like,
Jesus would fuck the troops.
and I would
underneath
just,
it.
I want to, like, I hope we form a Patreon. I hope, like, we get, like, this off the ground fast enough. I just want $30 a month to, like, get, like, at least 12 of those t-shirts so that I can just keep handing them out.
Who would win in a fight between Jesus H. Christ and the entire United States Navy? Conservatives just are like, what the fuck?
CNN thinks it'll be the Navy.
Should I buy the shirt? Fuck, I can't. Oh, dude.
No, they're just like,
I can't.
they're just like, that's
I'm
a
the
trick
red
question
button
because Jesus Christ is a Marine.
Trick question.
Trick question.
Trick question. The Navy has plasma shields, and Jesus.
And Jesus,
And Jesus has fire sword. It's they cancel each other out.
Here's another one here. This guy I first met at my uncle's funeral, and he was. This is what he was known as. He was known as the Hat Guy. And initially thought he was pretty intelligent because him and my cousin really bonded. They're both Jewish, so they kind of share. They were just talking about like their upbringing on it. Which my cousin is really awesome. He is not so much. This one he posted. It says in 2017, roughly 375,100 people who self-identify as black died in the United States, with roughly 18,750 of those deaths being by homicide. About 300 of those deaths were at the hands of police. That's 1.6% of the total number of homicides. In fact, feel free to check my math. More black men under 19 committed suicide than the total number of black people killed by police. Hashtag more, you know. And he posted a screenshot of the CDC.
I'm not gonna lie, that's way too many fucking numbers.
yeah, well, I mean, to give like a little context, he also has like a screenshot of what looks like, you know, like the menu for your school, like so you know what your lunch schedule is.
On Sunday, we're killing Hispanics. And on Wednesday, we're blowing up a trans sex shop.
You know, like when you get your dick tested and they show you all the different things you have? That's what it looks like.
Yeah, and also like just to like not to take his like obviously stupid post like too seriously.
Fifth for Loco.
But
This is my second White Claw. I had only one Four Loko.
But like you can't in this country you don't get to self-identify as black.
Yeah, that's
That
just...
gets forced upon you.
Yeah.
Like the fact of the matter is that like that's like you get to self-identify as white, like, but you don't like no one gets to identify as anything except for like Hispanics, and that's only because like Hispanics can be white or have like the sort of like Native American style, like South American style skin. It's just like but like they're not trapped by like their pigmentation. But like you can't identify as like self-identify as black. You can in the sense of like the same way that like, and I'm just gonna apologize in advance for saying this. I just to illustrate a point. You can identify as black in sort of the same sense as a gay person can call themselves a fag. It is them appropriating the language of a system that oppresses them. But it's not, you're not identifying as black.
You can self-identify as black, but like the system will treat you as black if they
CIS
see you
them.
as such.
Yes, you don't get a
Regardless of if
choice.
you, yeah.
Next one here.
Yeah, let's get into like
Yeah.
the juicy stuff.
I'm going
The
to the ones you
Kamala Sutra.
Yeah, I was about to show. This
Oh my God.
This is one that Thor shared.
They're going to lose.
Yes.
Again.
So you saw the post I made about them putting Biden-Harris signs in Animal Crossing, getting their Pokemon Go to the polls out of the way early.
Dude,
Yeah,
fucking
this
everybody,
one-
every person who plays Animal Crossing is a hardline anarchist. Every person who plays Animal Crossing is full on
Yeah.
Molotov cocktail insane.
The thing
They
that
are not going to vote for
the thing
Biden.
the thing they didn't report is that if you have like the Kamala Biden thing on your Animal Crossing like save data,
Yeah.
and then you play MGS5, then then Ghostface actually reads your memory card and tells you how good his dad was at driving. Only the real ones know.
It kicks your ass.
Explain the meme you found off
Okay.
off your.
So, as we've already said, this is like in big comic, almost Comic Sans,
Don't touch my penis.
which excellent. Like it has a very Etsy store vibe to it. It feels like this was designed by Kamala if she wasn't in politics, which is like it was designed by a wine mom.
Like if she was a barista and had like a
Yes.
side gig as like a Tumblr artist.
And it yes. And she like basically like it says the Kamala Sutra, and so which I don't know why that is, but and then it shows all of her policy positions.
Getting fucked by the globalists.
Which
all you have to do is live.
But it's like it's yeah.
I
It
feel
just
like our
says criminal justice position, which she's in a jumpsuit, which is like don't
in prison.
like literally don't even get them started on the locker up already. Like we haven't even gotten to the main event, and you're legitimately like already be like, this is what I look like in a.
my son skipped school. Prison. I think they're stealing our idea for that riding that Biden meme. Because this one they want us to fuck Kamala Harris.
Well, it gets better because like the other stuff is like cybersecurity position is like she's just wearing like what she would normally wear, and then the next one is economy position, and she's like dressed down. I guess she's dressed like she's in Watch Dogs. And,
She's dressed in Marvel movie disguise.
which is
hat,
Yeah.
hat, sunglasses, leather jacket.
which you would think would
Epic.
be the cybersecurity one. But like the next one is the education position, and she's like wearing like a graduation gown and hat,
she's
but she has
graduating from
spelling
middle
blo-
school.
Yeah,
Hey,
she has-
no,
she
bros,
has
bros.
spelling blocks in front of her color code.
Bros, which one of these is doggy? That's all I need to know. Which one fucks me in the ass? Is it the healthcare position she has here, which is her in a pussy hat?
There's the pussy hat one. People are still fucking hung up on the pussy hat. Hold on, can I fucking give me this fucking shit?
Do you need me to zoom
Yes, they're still hung up on the pussy hat thing. It's been like 18 fucking years. It's been, and by that I mean like 3 years. And they're still
Time
they're-
moves
The
at 6
meme,
times
the
speed.
big conservative meme is still, pussy pink pussy hat. They
Yeah.
wear it and they scream when Trump gets elected. Cucks is what I call.
No, but this is the thing.
The marijuana
They're not.
one.
This is not making fun of any of that. This is supposed to be like this is the gal.
This is the good thing.
Well, remember the marijuana one where she went on that I think radio show and talked about
Marijuana legalization position.
talked
She's
about
wearing
like
a hoodie.
sparking up, immigration position, military one. Like
Yeah,
she's
Yeah, I smoke weed on the Elon Musk, Joe Rogan
quick-
podcast sometimes, but I will throw your parents in prison if you don't go to school. I will fucking kill your family.
and then brag about it.
I feel
too.
like the main reason why the Kamala Sutra isn't of Kamala having sex is because we all know that like these aren't sex positions. Is because we all know that like every single member of the Biden campaign
We all know
Yeah,
that
no, like-
was on Jeffrey Epstein's
only
we
the-
all know that globalism must reproduce asexually.
Well, they only have sex with children, and you can't. That was actually made in Canada, where you can't draw child pornography.
And honestly,
but
guys,
here in America,
Which
you
I
can.
found
As
out.
was proven by the Greta Thunberg situation.
Yeah.
You remember that shit? You remember that shit? Okay, there was a guy who made his own bumper sticker of Greta Thunberg getting
the pigtails one, yeah.
and Greta Thunberg and her people were like, that's child pornography. You can't do that. She's like,
Oh my God.
She's like 13. And they were like, no, it's not. And then the U.S. court system was like, no, that's not child pornography. It's okay.
Yeah, literally, it's not. Like
They can fantasize about fucking kids. It's cool.
Trust me, if like the banner ads on my fucking
It was in
on
Canada.
my porn,
Oh,
like
shit.
on porn like places where I go to, it's just like Simpsons porn, and it's always like Maggie.
It's always the youngest
like,
character.
It's like Maggie and the dog.
We know
Like
we
the
know that
worst
drawings
combo it
we
could
know that
possibly
drawings
be.
we know that drawings aren't technically child pornography, but this is a real fucking child. That
Here it is,
exists.
guys. And,
Oh no!
and
Fuck.
the FBI is on their
Dude,
way.
and the craziest thing about that is like it's not even like done in like a comically graphic way that looks just like you just
It's
tried to
kinda
draw.
tasteful.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's like they were trying to. Well,
They show
someone.
restraint.
I hate. Yeah,
They
I hate
did-
to say this, but like it's not drawn like a political cartoon where like your enemies are drawn horribly.
Yeah.
It's like drawn like they were like well, someone has to be able to masturbate through this.
Let's be
It's
fair.
it's drawn like a person who was in an actual art class.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just like, why are you drawing?
Which just makes it worse.
They
It's
drew pretty
even
hot.
worse.
Let's
Okay,
be honest. They
we're-
drew.
Oh
Okay.
no, I'm not.
Okay,
I'm
please.
not,
No,
I'm
we
not
don't want
doing
to.
this.
Speaking of that,
I'm gonna eat a cheese ball if you don't mind.
The
Speaking-
worst smelling thing on the planet here.
speaking,
It does smell like balls.
it does.
It smells worse than fucking balls.
Speaking of sexy children. Speaking of
God
kids,
damn it.
Tom,
we've been
This is
talking.
episode 1, dude.
Speaking.
Tom, I'm going to the big house.
Speaking.
You're gonna send us to Uncle Sam's naughty box.
Speaking of Jeffrey Epstein's "The Island" song, make sure you find that on Pleasure Cruise 3000.
Make sure to
Thor,
look up my
what
JOI
is this
videos.
meme you shared
Oh,
with
okay.
me? Speaking
All
of
right.
kids that need to be saved
All right,
from
I need to
predators.
I need to stare at it directly because my mind blanks out every 3 seconds.
As she gazed into the abyss.
But okay, anyway, so this is a post about this hashtag Save the Children. It is a picture. It's a series of pictures where first of all, it's in reverse order. I want everyone to know
It's wrong.
that it's not
It's
right for the
chronologically
purposes.
incorrect.
Okay, I'll just read it. It took under 3 minutes to throw a shirt over her tank, put tape over her mouth, I need to describe what's in the pictures
sounds
because
so
what I'm
sus.
reading without telling you.
This sounds legitimately criminal.
So evidently, this
Yes.
is a picture of some woman's child who she like her kid clearly thinks that they're playing fun try and dress up.
Yeah, she's using her kids as propaganda.
Yeah, like
It is intentional. It's supposed to be this way.
yeah.
And it's stupid.
So she she goes it's a makeup tutorial for how to turn your kid into another kid so that you can abduct them, presumably to put them in a cabinet.
Great
And
advice.
What?
And ship
For
them.
pedophiles.
Because it shows first it's like a normal little girl. She's wearing cute pink shorts and she's fucking wearing a ice cream or whatever for a shirt thing. And she's got a knife. She's got blonde.
Not like a shirt made of ice cream. It's a shirt
No.
that depicts
Oh,
ice
dude,
That makes ice cream.
dude, I see it now. This
But she has-
motherfucker thinks we read right to left.
He assumes we read we read in Arabic.
Like people in Britain, bro.
What more proof do you need that this is all done by Chinese propaganda? But okay, so from right to left, she's a normal little girl. Then they throw a T-shirt on them. At first, I'm without having read this, because obviously your eye goes directly to the pictures first. And at first, I'm thinking they threw a hat on her, and made her hair like kind of go forward, her bangs go forward, so she kind of looks more like a little boy.
Wait, that's the
And,
same
like,
kid?
Yeah.
Oh shit, I'm stupid. I'm a fucking idiot. I thought that was like a brother and a
Thank
sister.
you for proving her point.
Shit.
So
Antifa are
no, hold
dumb.
on. Okay, let me keep. Let me just get through this, then we can dunk. We can twerk on this.
Sorry.
But like,
I'm gonna shake my ass on
so
a child.
like, so the child is like getting more mannish until eventually they start putting the duct tape over the child's mouth, and then proceed.
The most masculine trait, being silent. Because we are the most oppressed minority.
I mean, this is a
It
symbol
is a
for
little
toxic
girl.
masculinity. At first, I thought this was like a pro-trans thing, and then I saw the duct tape. Like I thought at first, I thought this was like a mom being like, this is my
first-
son wants to be like a little like whose dress is like a Chinese like a hip Chinese kid.
At first I thought this was gender affirming. Then I saw the duct tape.
But then and then so anyway, then you start reading into this. Like I put like the shorts on, and like in just 3 minutes, and you can completely change your child's look, and you'll never be able to find them in a crowd. Okay, so obviously the first thing you need to know about this is that like this woman needs to have her children taken away from her.
Yeah,
Because
you
like
can't use
which
your
is-
kids as propaganda. That's so fucked up.
you know what? That's fine because, like, look, that's literally what the Democrats, Republicans, that's what politics does in general. The thing that this is like, this is legitimately just like psychosis that you can't help but like bleed through into your parents.
Insane.
You can't be like, look, I drew a dick on my kid's face. Now he looks like a different kid. Like,
Look at what I'm imagining will happen to my child.
listen, fucking. Sometimes on Halloween I heard they would put fucking razor blades in apples. So now I believe that QAnon exists.
Yeah.
It's fucking.
She
It's
one-
so
imagining it.
unhinged.
She
Sure.
100% deserves to have her children taken away, and that's why tonight we are
I
going to go
would
do it
fight
for
this
her.
woman.
This is just, I mean, like, it's proof that these people present a bigger danger to their kids than the child traffickers that they think exist.
They're the
to
only
the degree
person.
they think exists.
They're the only people imagining. They're the only people fantasizing about this shit.
This isn't like in a newspaper or anything like that where
Yeah,
like
they're-
this is legitimately like when like the 8 o'clock news like just like where they show like this is how easily someone could break into your car.
They're literally just like, I hope someone kidnaps my kid so I can pretend to be Liam Neeson for a minute.
Yeah.
They
So I can kill anybody.
They fully just like, I just really want someone to kidnap my child so I can shoot somebody. Like it's such a fucking LARP bullshit.
Yeah.
It is so fucking. This is what I'm gonna pretend. This is what people are doing to our children, so that I have full justification to be terrorists.
Well, and the reality of it is, and like I hate to like give like a justification for someone being this psychotic, but this is what happens when you don't have legitimate class consciousness in a
Yeah.
country. Is like people who feel so super alienated by like the lever, like no, there are no like direct contact with the levers of power in society, and so you have to imagine that not only are because capitalism itself isn't bad, so it has to be bad actors. But like, how do you act bad in a capitalist system that's supposed to be perfect, and that like also the things that actually make them bad, that like materially make them bad? What is it that they're doing that makes these people bad people? Because it obviously can't be anything that directly is influenced by capitalism.
Yeah, it's
According-
great. Oh, cool.
Sorry.
It's great that you bring it up in how like people who are really essentially exiled from participating in any kind of like class consciousness are just completely attracted to like conspiracy theories, like
Not
boo-boo
even
movements.
not even
Save
exile.
our
They
children.
just I mean like
Exile's not the right word,
Yeah.
but cut off. Think of it
Yeah,
as like
yeah.
cut off from like what are the like
They're just they
You're-
realize that they're in a privileged position where people automatically don't want to listen to their shit because it is assumed that they're stupid and wrong because they are. And they're like, I'm gonna lash back at this by calling literally everybody who doesn't have my particular children a pedophile.
Yeah, pedophilia.
Literally everyone wants to fuck my kids. That's the thing.
Yes.
I wouldn't fuck your kids.
I
but
hate-
my
I wouldn't fuck
kids.
your kids,
I hate
but
how
you want to
everyone-
fuck my kids. I know. I can
Little
tell.
Danny
I
here
look in
is
your
very
eyes-
fuckable.
I look in your eyes and I see a lustful look that just wants to put a little burlap sack over my little Timmy. And I swear to God, if you so much as look at me for longer than 4 seconds, I will put a bullet in your mouth.
That's the thing. Is like pedophiles is their way. Pedophiles is their way of saying capitalist. Like I hate how
Oh, for
people
sure.
like. I hate how
Holy
everyone
shit,
brings.
I never thought of that.
You thinking about like in terms
hold
of
on.
powerful
Like,
elites?
the only way that it's like I hate how everyone like will bring this up when they're talking about dystopian societies, but like this is like coming from somebody who actually read the book, which isn't like a big deal because you read it in like grade school. But
Which book?
1984.
Ayn Rand.
This is no, this is
I totally thought you were going to say
Pedophile-
the Turner Diaries.
pedophile is.
Some full-on Nazi shit.
No, pedophile is like liberal capitalist fucking like newspeak. They don't have they literally just remove from the dictionary of like the common lexicon people's ability to communicate what they're feeling as far as class alienation.
They understand that they are in a position where other people are above them in an authoritarian way.
Yeah.
And so at first they were like, it's the Jews. And then when people were like, that's fucking stupid. It's not the Jews. They were like, okay, it's the pedophiles.
It's just the new thing.
Because they knew the second you said it's not the pedophiles, they could be like, are you a pedophile? They
Yeah.
knew they could do that. It's a fucking dirty, shitty fucking trick that they can say, if you don't fully agree with me, you are a pedophile. That's
Yeah.
the whole fucking point. It's so fucking stupid. I want to beat the shit out of every QAnon supporter. All right.
All right.
Okay, now that we're back to that.
All right. We're gonna table that there. We hit an hour. Not bad.
We hit an hour. Oh shit.
Wait,
Yeah,
shit, really?
Yeah, now we gotta go film our Joe Biden endorsement commercial. Guys, thank you. If you listen to this, it's very nice of you. Keep listening.